Greetings and welcome back to another weekly news roundup. I hope everybody is doing well. We got a different kitty on the bed tonight. I was like, okay, and there's no kitty on the bed. They're both up front. I'm like, which one do I want to grab? Well, let's grab this one because people don't often see that kitty in all her cute glory. So, I went with that one today. How's the picture today? I need to check watch it on like a cell phone screen so I can make sure, because my two monitors all have different video settings, and one of them I look too bright and the other one I look too dark. So I went with in between. Are we looking good? We're trying. I mean, I know I'm looking good, but is the picture looking good? Is it too dark? Is it too light? I will eventually check on that and see. But we are live, of course. We are live on 5 different platforms, and we have launched the new website. Got launched out today, and so there's going to be a few little small tweaks and adjustments I do here and there. But we do have, I kept a lot of the similar stylistic things and elements, and really just modernized some of the look, some of the feel. Of course, you'll notice here in the middle here, the tinfoil hat time ring camera. What's this all about? Well, that's actually the video that's premiering tomorrow. You can read all about what I did. The supporters got a chance to see this for about a week. I released it to the supporters, the script about 2 weeks ago and the video last week. And overall, people really liked it. So you can go ahead and have a look at that. And then, of course, we do have the live page. Anytime we go live, I will update this page, cleaned this page up. So it gives you the title, it gives you when it is, the brief synopsis, and all the streaming links that we are streaming to will be down there. Oop, I don't want to preview my videos there. We have all our support pages on the side. We have a LibrePay account. This is something I haven't promoted quite as much, but you can do single or other payments. And I don't know if you need a LibrePay account. I think it honestly operates just like a donation form. So LibrePay is now promoted over there. We also have local, Subscribestar, Patreon, and we have our affiliates down there. Those are on the sidebars pretty much anywhere. We have some getting started. We have some distros. And then the goal is going forward is to update and constantly be cycling these. So you can click in on an individual distro and see, the user level, desktop environments, the website, and there's a video, and you'll notice that I'm using Odyssey as the video plugins because YouTube keeps on giving me bogus community strikes for talking about, open source software. So, yeah, we're not relying on that for the new site. We are doing those. Here's our list of tutorials that we have. So our recent sharing wireless internet through a wired network with a Raspberry Pi. We have a Jellyfin server. We have a Raspberry Pi hole with a VPN. We have Plex. We have wireless access points, which, by the way, some people on this said, just use a wireless access point. A wireless access point is the different thing than we were doing on this video. They are the reverse of each other. This is taking a wireless signal and broadcasting it through the Ethernet, not taking an Ethernet signal and broadcasting it through wireless. Complete opposite. We have some stuff with Handbrake down here. We have Comprehensive Guide to Pi-hole, and then just a few other things down here as well. Clean these up a whole lot more so you can see a lot more stuff that's going on. Of course, our news, you can always click in on the news articles. You can get all of the news links over here, are always on the new website. All your live stream links are over here. And then we'll get a nice thumbnail over there. And of course, here's our tinfoil hat time. I did not port all these over. I ported over the first tinfoil hat time because it is actually one of the top videos on the channel. So I went ahead and ported that. And then I just ported the newer edition series of them. So you can read all about that one tomorrow premiering. On our support line, you can go right to all of the link of affiliates are over here. And then we have our monthly support channels over here, which I'll probably put some icons in here eventually. And then, of course, we have our merch store and our contact form. We're not doing any form. We're just, hey, we just have our generic email written in there that a human can read it and a robot probably cannot. So you can have a look at the new website. Let me know of any errors that you see. Oh, also, we have a nice search function up here on the top of the site now. So if I do like a Raspberry Pi, I can search for anything there, and then I will get all of the articles here relating to Raspberry Pis. So, you know, here's wireless pass internet. Here's Raspberry Pi VPN. We have Sparky Linux. That shows up because there's a Raspberry Pi build. So you can see there's a nice search function on the site now as well. So there is what we've been up to. And now that I got the new site out of the way, I can actually start working on some other back-end things of the channel. I've been debating, do we create a new Discord server? Do we do some type of chat room type system on Matrix? I've been thinking about all these different things because I realized that we used to get, if you're new around here, we used to get, you know, up to 100 people on the streams. But then, of course, what happened is, you know, we fell prey to all of the nonsense for actually speaking the truth, and you know, other content creators in the sphere passed us by for sure. A lot of that is because we ended up on the YouTube naughty list of the shadow ban list, and so despite having organically grown close to 60,000 subscribers, if I get 1,000 views per video, it's kind of shocking these days, and a lot of that. I think a lot of that is when Discord decided to nuke the community without any real justification at all, and I think that's a lot of people kind of lost track of where the channel is because there's so many things going on. So I've been debating about all those different things. We got 9 watching over on Rumble right now. Rumble rolled out a new website, and I've not spent a ton of time on it, but it looks really good. 17 currently watching over on Odyssey, and 10 on YouTube. Purple Tiger, hello. Is everyone enjoying the new Rumble? I've not poked around on it a ton, but so far I really like it. The old Rumble sucked. This looks really good. So I do Matrix, not Discord. What I could do is I could do a Discord for the normies, and I can do a Matrix bridge and bridge them together. That is something we can do. And there's actually another alternative. It's like a Discord clone, although it's a newer service, and I think everyone need an account. I have it written down one of my sticky notes here somewhere. I forget the name of it. Somebody probably knows what it is. Go and let me know or remind me. It's just like Discord, only it's not Discord. So there is that is an option as well. Let's see, over on Odyssey, hello, Moonbase, how's it going there? Greetings, don't take me to your leader. Happy New Year, all. Indeed, it is the first news of the new year. That's good. Good evening, Buried Unkind. Road Vagabond Life. How's it going there, Road Vagabond Life? Are you one of those vagabonders hanging out with me over in the desert? Ha 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 ha. I'm actually moving along. It's kind of a bittersweet thing. I've actually been in this desert here probably longer than I was supposed to be. I have a 14-day free limit. I've been here a little longer than that, but I am moving on Sunday. It's going to be a little sad. I'm going to have to wake up to different cool little mountains in the background. Yes, if you're out there with me, Vagabond Life, hanging out in the only dry part of the country right now. Do you watch Mark Dice's recent video on the 6th of January? No, I haven't, but I am so thankful we are still here. I mean, the 2-year anniversary of the worst attack on American soil ever. Excuse me. Appeals court strikes down bans on bumper stocks. Oh, yeah, that was in, I believe that was the New York one. Yeah. Actually, in my own basement work area at the moment. There you go. Question is Tom is doing. I watched a there's a channel I watched a while back, and I forgot all about it. It's called Illuminati, spelled like a naughty, and it's actually crossed 1 million subscribers since I watched them last. It's a lady. She does fairly well researched stuff, really good videos. She did one on Dave Ramsey yesterday, which I looked at as going, oh, it was so badly done because unfortunately she seemed to have bought into the narratives, and just thinks that everyone was about to fall over dead or something for some reason, undisclosed reasons between 2020 and 2022. But like, she's calling out some of the things in Dave Ramsey about, you know, unfair firing practices, firing a girl who's pregnant, all this. Like, no, the scandal in that case was when he fired her and didn't fire his friend, the co-host who impregnated her. So I did leave a long comment on that video, but it was a good one. Anyway, that's what I've been up to lately. Let's see. And over on to Tubi's browser review. Got some furry business going on over here on YouTube comments. Hello, Silver Adventures. Greetings, Commodore fan. How's your aunt doing? Beard's much longer now. Mine is too. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's filling out. It's filling out. I'll try that myself just to ensure. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings, greetings, greetings. He's still not my leader. That's right. Picked up citric acid to make some sour gummies. Ooh, can't do cherry. Put my aunt back in ICU because her heart is not pumping correctly due to being bruised. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not good. I'm sorry, man. I'll keep praying. I'll keep praying for that. You look amazing, but seriously, just a tad washed out. Look a tad washed out, huh? All right. That's the advantage of having dimmers on my main light source. How's that? Is that a little bit better? Let me know if that's better. See, I look too dark right now on my monitoring screen, and my... There we go. That might be a little bit too dark. Let me know if that's a little bit too dark. Let's see, just adjust the dimmer light by 1. Agree the face is a bit washed out. Hate to hear that. Yeah. Website looks amazing. Keep it good work. Good at what you do. All right. I agree the site is looking great, even on a tablet. I have Discord on my main PC, but not the biggest fan of it. I'll have to check out the new Rumble. Yep. Okay, so that's better. All right. But he would not call out Orange Man bad on bad decisions. Questionable people would have support such interview on his channel. Okay. Is the Discord service like? I don't I don't think it's gilded. Okay, browser review says it's better, so we might go with this, and then I have to remind myself to go replay the video on the cell phone to see how it looks, and then I'll kind of, I think what I'm going to do is and then I'm going to readjust the monitors to look good and balanced with each other. I'll do that tonight while I'm working on things to encode. All right, we got a lot of news articles to get into today, so I think I want to go ahead and get better on that. Different screens make a world of difference. Looks fine on your end. All right, we're going to run with this. Although I look like I'm getting a little bit of a green screen halo right now. I'm going to go up just a little bit. I can't move a little bit further back. I am in a van, dude. I have very limited space here. But if I up that just a hair, that will cause the green screen to not be messed up. So I'm going to up one more here. Go up just slightly there. All right, that looks better on my monitoring screen. All right. Yeah, so like the green screen is like right here. I mean, it's less than a foot from me, so. But yeah, adjusting the light, hopefully that fixed the green screen issues. We're going to run with it, and let me make track of where I'm at on each of these spots here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. We have 11 on YouTube. We have 18 on Odyssey. We have 15 on Rumble. 1 over there on Twitch. And we have a 0 on The Lost Stepchild. All right. Let's go ahead and get moving on in here. What is our first affiliate? There we are. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. I gotta fix the microphone there for a second. All right, there we are. This is the privacy and the security editions. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We stream on several different platforms. switchedtolinux.com/live will always get you the current video list of streaming links. You can have a look at the website over there. Of course, over on the website and in the description of the video, you will find a list of all of the articles that we have. And so we're going to jump in right on in here. This is a little bit of a follow-up update to the EncroChat. If you don't remember, EncroChat was supposed to be really a crime syndicate, private-based cell phone company that alleged to, completely anonymize you everywhere. Well, the police got in there and unveiled some malware that allowed them to steal a lot of data and track people for a long time. And so, of course, the service collapsed. And then they ended up arresting, hundreds, if not thousands of criminals around the world who were using this. And it's a great thing to get the criminals off the street. But the way the police did it is raising some questions that may actually allow them all to walk free, simply because it's the way they did it. They didn't have any warrants on any of it, and they also didn't. They didn't have warrants, and they didn't have a clear understanding of what they were doing. They didn't have just cause for what they were doing, and one court ruled that their cases could proceed, but then they tried to use that same court case as precedent for an extra 1,000 people. And no, it was I think it was around 1,000 or so people. And then eventually the lawyers started saying, no, you can't do this. There was no cause. There was no cause for what's going on here. And so this is going up to like the Supreme European courts to decide. And if they decide that the police kind of acted in bad faith here, it could throw 60,000 investigations in the trash can. And so that's something to keep in mind. So not really cool, but there you have it, right? All right, Meta is dealt another blow by the EU, and this could result in forcing everybody's data to be opt-in for personalized ads. Now, once again, I'm going to declare what I had mentioned before, saying that one of the big challenges that I think we get is we start thinking of the data being collected as targeted ads as like the worst thing ever. And I don't think it is. I haven't seen an ad for a long time. In fact, as of right now, I'm on The Guardian, and right now uBlock has blocked 21 different blocking scripts here. Privacy Badger's got down 3. So I'm not really seeing the ads here. Okay. I don't really care. And the way my network is set up, they really can't track me anyway. But the real problem isn't that they're going to show me personalized ads. It's everything else that they're going to be doing with that data. It's like the personalized ads is that smokescreen. Oh, good. We're not using my personal data for ads. We're just using it for everything else nefarious under the sun. And that really is the problematic thing. Of course, Meta is one of those companies I just will have nothing to do with. And in fact, I was chatting with some folks from the local church out here about this the other day. And they're like, oh, what's so wrong with this? I said, look, when you're a computer company and your address is one hacker away, I don't want to connect my computers to your network. Okay, just telling you that right now, because that is it. You can see these 3 unscrupulous dudes hanging out in front of the Meta sign here, and literally this sign back here is one hacker way. That is their address. And you guys want to connect all your computers to one hacker way. You enjoy yourself. I'll be moving on to the next story now. All right, police in China can track protests by enabling alarms on Hikvision software. So, of course, this is a big camera. This type of camera is banned to use in the United States as of now. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the background of this camera that can do alarms indicating crowds, gathering crowds to disrupt order in public places, unlawful assembly, procession, demonstration, and threats to petition. So anytime these cameras detect stuff like this, it alerts the police, and then they can go out and pull out the Gestapo, or, anymore what they'll do is they'll just turn all of their Kufi detectors to red, and everybody has to scatter inside or be hauled off by dudes in white suits. Isn't this an interesting timeline for reality? All right, so findings come a month after mass protests against the country's zero Kufi policies erupted across China. The demonstrations resulted in government easing restrictions. Many protesters later received receive calls from police. Of course, these are cameras used by the Uyghurs, or against the Uyghurs, rather, to identify people engaged in wrong think and wrong religion. And the cameras actually have ways to detect types of gatherings. It can tell if you're gathering to have a religious service or if you're gathering to engage in something else. They said here the Falun Gong and religion alarm were removed from the website with no explanation. Whoops. I have no idea what a Falun Gong is, but I kind of want one now. You know, it's a Falun Gong. Signals the call to worship, I guess. I don't know. But this is something to be aware of, that China is doing this, and our current administration here in the United States is actually really interested in implementing these types of technologies. And these are things that we have to keep in mind. And moving on, crooks have had access to the medical records of 42 million Americans since 2016. Number of hacks on healthcare organizations have doubled. So we have here a chart starting from 2016 up to 2021. We have the number of ransomware attacks is over on the left axis there. So I don't know if that's... Is that just like only 91 actual attacks, or is that 91? I don't know. But anyway, the number of attacks is going up, but then the exposed personal health information, this is in millions. So starting in 2019, these hackers, as they were in there, they started stealing the health information. And this is the information that you don't want stolen because it can't really be changed. It can't really be altered. And once somebody knows this, it is something that they have about you. And this is why I take a very strong stance. I do not go to doctors because they want to put everything in digital records. No, I'm done. No, I'm done. I'm done. Okay. When I can find a doctor who doesn't put everything on digital records, maybe I'll consider going and getting a checkup, maybe from the neck up. But the reality is, these hospitals have no idea how to administer it. You see hospital chains like UPMC coming in, and there's a few other ones in the country buying up every hospital, turning medicine into just for-profit business, and let's scrape as much money as we possibly can out of people. They cut every corner and cost that they can. They are not paying good information security, and it just completely exposes every bit of health information, which then can be used. I mean, what if the people buying this stuff on the black market is really the health insurance companies? Can you see a scenario where they might want to do that? Yeah, probably. Let's make sure all the records are sound. And this is just part of the giant health scam of the United States. And I would love to trust the system. The problem is, what do you do about it? You know, you go in. I remember I went in like I needed to go and see somebody about like one prescription or something, one point in time, and so I hunted around to find somebody that didn't have like a 3-week waiting list because I needed to get in and get out. So I find a company. I was very clear, you know, don't send me text messages. I don't play that game. All stuff. You're late for your update. Like, screw you. I'm just gonna call them back next time they text me. I'm gonna call them back and start screaming profanities at them and tell them I don't know who that person is, whatever else. Because holy hell, I told you don't do that. And this is what they want to do because it's like one track mind. These are the morons putting all of our health information in computers, which is causing, you know, millions and millions of people's private health information to leak. And that's problematic. So, of course, the last thing we want to do is engage in some type of system that's going to intentionally put things like, you know, our urine fingerprint on the internet. So, Withings U-Scan puts urinalysis in your toilet and can recognize the signature of a stream. So, I mean, you can be like, hey, we got 4 different people. All right, little Johnny, go in here and pee on the thing, and we're going to set you up in the app. And now little Johnny's health information is going to be going over. At least you'll be able to track it on your phone if he's been drinking one too many sodas, right? So this thing here, it can measure the flow. Ooh. can measure the flow, and then it does, it recognizes the signature of the stream. Of course, it syncs everything up to your app, which means it's got to go up to their data servers. So now some company out there is holding access to your private health information about how you pee and how long or how healthy that pee happens to be. And so this is unveiled at CES. The information is delivered to your iPhone or Android device on with Bluetooth, with either Bluetooth or basic wireless signals. Of course, it goes into their app. Here's their website, the first hands-free connected home urine lab. Well, I hope it's hands-free. Although they did say that since you do have to get here and change the cartridge like every 3 months or so, and you actually have to this thing has a USB battery charger, so you got to pull this thing out of the toilet and charge it every now and again. They're like, since you have to pull it out and replace the cartridges and charge it, we've given you a pair of gloves with it. Well, thank you. I appreciate the pair of gloves. You splurged greatly on my $700 thing. So you can enter your email address here if you want to be the first to know how to get your pee sent to the internet. So the thing's in here. Now, I'm wondering what in the world is going here, because you literally have to pee on this cartridge. Shouldn't this be on the back of the toilet? I mean, I don't know how girls pee, but a guy ain't going to pee right there. That's the good news, right? Okay. It gives you a precise snapshot of the health metrics straight from home. Here it is. Look at this. The UScan cartridge. Ooh, it goes right on in. And then, of course, here's some of the things we get. Oh, we got some articles. Here's a log. Tell us how you feel. Oh, take an ovulation test with UScan too. Look at this. There's your cycles. Here's the pee stuff. Assess your nutrition with UScan. Oh, look at this. Today, we've had 4 out of 7 days. Good nutrient balanced. Oh, look at this. You've only had 5 out of 8 glasses of drinking water. If we need you to do that. And then here's your above, your balanced, and your below. Here's your stable acid, your increasing ketones, all this kind of stuff. God, must be on the keto diet. I don't know. You can fill out the form, and you can get your own urinalysis thing and get all of your pee data stored up on the internet. Does that not sound awesome? Well, we do have affiliates today. We are highlighting A2 hosting. If you're in need of a website, you might also want to lock in the lower prices of websites. Take advantage of these introductory deals because cPanel pricing went up again. My own personal cPanel hosting for my clients went up $5 per month this month. And so as long as you can keep getting the good prices, because hosting is going to start getting more expensive. One guy did the analysis. They found since 2018, cPanel raised its prices 204%. That is eventually going to eat into the profits of these web hosting companies who now are on these. And so you have to keep account of that. So as long as you can lock it in, and you can buy up to 2 or 3 month plans on A2 hosting at a time. tlm.li/A2H if you're in need of a website, or if you are hosting a website and you've been having issues, you want to migrate. If you already have a cPanel account and you want to migrate to A2 hosting, it is as simple as the click of a button. For them, usually it is a free charge. You can talk to them about that, but you can definitely have a look at what they have to offer and see what you have from there. All right, guys, we're going to jump on over into security news now. And first up in security news is another update to LastPass. Yes, more leaking data. No, this is a lawsuit. So one customer from the LastPass claims that they lost $53,000 that they can tie to this Bitcoin breach. Because remember the LastPass, this breach occurred in August. And they were peddled back in August like, oh, we had a little breach and they got a little bit of stuff, but they didn't get any personally identifiable information. Well, August, September, October, November, December, January, 4 or 5 months now is now just last week we found out that, oh, they actually did get unencrypted every email address you're using, unencrypted every website you're using, unencrypted everything on every site you're using with the sole exception of the password. In fact, I was looking around at some other password managers, and there's another one, another self-hosted open source one called Passbolt, which actually uses a similar model. I was looking at, hey, is this a good alternative to Bitwarden? Because, of course, Bitwarden seriously cripples your self-hosted installation, and on your self-hosted installation, you still have to give Bitwarden personally identifiable information, which is why I'm not going to recommend Bitwarden under many circumstances. I don't want to give them any information. And so I looked into Passbolt. Well, Passbolt stores everything unencrypted except the password. And that's exactly what LastPass did. So it makes me wonder if they're using a similar code base. And so because that information leaked out, and this guy's like, yeah, okay, well, they got some stuff, but nothing there. He's basically claiming that LastPass waited so long to unveil what was actually out there that somebody was able to get the information that leaked out of the LastPass account and steal $53,000 worth of Bitcoin because he was not aware of the depth of the leak. And then there's been several other suits, including a class action lawsuit complaint against it as well. Because what was really leaked out of LastPass is everything. Everything. The only saving grace is that the password vaults are encrypted, but if it's something that can be easily guessed, like something they already know about you because people reuse passwords, guess what? Now they have everything. Absolutely everything. And that is what the update to LastPass is. We got to move a little bit faster here. I don't want to spend that long on all these. It's another day. There's another 30 WordPress vulnerabilities. Good thing our new website is no longer WordPress. Bonus! Got off of that. So 30 vulnerable outdated WordPress plugins and themes to deploy malicious JavaScripts. This uses the Linux backdoor. I believe we talked about this one not too long ago, but this is specific plugins actually identified. This article, we're not going to read all of these because this article is in the show notes. You can find that over at the website. But I am going to identify one of them. WooCommerce is on the warning list. That is one of the biggest WordPress plugins being used. WooCommerce is on the warning list. Visitors of compromised pages are redirected to malicious sites using malware to serve phishing pages. Researchers spotted a more recent version of the malware that exploits vulnerabilities in the following. WooCommerce is among them. WordPress coming soon page, WordPress theme, one tone, any simple fields WordPress plugin, WordPress Deluxe SEO, Weepimatico RSS fetcher, rich plugins, and then there's another, there's a quick booking manager. We have Google Code Inserter, chat support plugins, and there's a couple of maintenance coming soon in maintenance page plugins as well. This is a major one. If you're running WordPress, you probably have one of these things installed. Get off of WordPress. There's my advice to you, but just be aware of that. Netgear had several firmware patches in a few different devices. So have a look over at Netgear's page. Get the updates for this, and some of these are fairly new. One of these is actually a modem that I have my eye on, and that's the Nighthawk, because it is a SIM-enabled modem router system. I could use it in the van as a backup, and it has external antenna setup. So I've been keeping my eye on those. But this is some modern stuff. So if you are using Netgear routers, go ahead and have a look over at their site and see if there is firmware to install. Another Linux malware used to deploy Coin Miner. This one is doing dictionary attacks against open SSH servers. This was funny. I did earlier this week, I did the video on Kodashi Linux. And one of the things Kodashi Linux does is it has an SSH server enabled and listening, and it has a root password that can't be changed because many of the scripts inside of it use that password. And so people are like, oh, this is great. No, Kodashi Linux is a radically insecure thing. This malware, if they could literally probe servers and infect every Kodashi Linux with this, if not, like if you're installing it, that's really bad. But if you are doing even a self-hosted or not a self-hosted, a live key, it could actually infect it for the period of time that you're running your device. Just something to keep in mind. Now, the good thing is if you are using that as a live key, it's going to reset itself every time. But this basically looks for open SSH servers and does dictionary attacks. If you have easy to use, easy to guess passwords, you are probably going to be hosting some coin miner if you have open SSH ports. So keep those SSH ports closed unless you are actively using them for specific purposes. All right, well, we have another day, another Windows malware. This is another vital Windows tool being abused to sideload malware. So we actually covered one of these the other day that was using, I forget which plugin it was. I think it's Notepad or something. This one is actually exploiting the Windows error reporting tool. You know that stupid tool that's like, something goes wrong, we're going to send Microsoft information. Like, no, shut up, go away. Yeah, you don't have much choice. Well, what this does is they actually distribute on a file, an ISO file, which if you execute the ISO file is going to mount itself as, a separate drive letter. And then it's going to grab an Excel file, a fault rep DLL, and it's going to grab a non-viral copy of where fault. And then what happens is if you open up the Excel file, it executes the where fault program, which is the legit one. So it bypasses malware scanning tools. But then the fault rep DLL, which is in the same folder with it, is malicious. And that's going to open up and execute a side-loading variety of different malwares. So be careful if somebody's sending you ISO files in your email, don't mount them into your server. That would be crazy. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel, we do have a locals community, switchedtolinux.locals.com. You can jump on over there and you can join us over there. And over there, you guys got a preview on the next tinfoil hat time video, which is going to be premiering on January 7th. So you guys have already seen that and can watch that already. Although it is a better up-to-date copy that is rolling out. But over there on Locals, you can find the information over there at switchedtolinux.locals.com. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Also, if you are on Subscribestar or on Patreon, you also have seen that video. I think I put it on Think Life Media as well. All right, let's see where we're at. Still a bit of a green halo. All right, that's fine. We'll figure it out. All right. Greetings, Mr. Anderson. How are you doing? Middle of the green screen seems acting up. Yeah, I got that fixed. What I have is where the thing goes out right over here. If the camera's just that way enough, you'll kind of see it right about there in the comments, right? You'll kind of see it there. And so if I'm not careful, I'll do that. So I have to angle the camera just right to avoid it. And I actually have a long range going this way. It's just sitting way over here is problematic. So it's kind of this perfect little balance. All right. Thank you, though. Greetings. Yep. No warrant. That's not legal. Green screens don't work for me. I can't set up good lighting in my studio. Yep. Here, uBlock Origin 88 and going up. There you go. Sooner meta goes bust, the better. Hoofling poo? I don't know. A monkey in a cage. That is Hoofling poo. If not for Facebook, I would never have connected with a friend I had not seen in over 38 years. That's one of the positives of it, you know. Remember, Big Brother is always watching. I love Big Brother. I love Big Brother. right, excuse me. Had a little bit of programming there, error. All right. The U.S. healthcare system is screwed up in the hospital. My aunt still has me in the system from the late 90s when I had experimental ear surgery. Yikes. Oh, great. A new meaning for the term live stream. Yep. Now I'll keep my pee between myself and my doctor. But come on. This tool will allow your doctor to gain access to your pee print sooner. Come on. World conforming to the ever more stupid. It's a catch-22. Is there any good password managers? KeePass XC. I like it. WordPress unstable. How's this news? See, it was just news as to which plugins were vulnerable this week. And you know that client I had to fire a few months ago, he's got a lot of those plugins being used, and I know he doesn't know anything about WordPress, so I hope he found somebody to take care of his stuff for him, because it ain't going to be me. Pay your bills. All right. Never used WordPress, but I've heard great things about it over the years. Yeah, the great things happened from the beginning up until about 3 years ago. Once that happens, nope, WordPress fell into a giant dumpster fire, and it is burning hotter and hotter with each coming year. So frequenting 3 music sites run by WordPress, but they do Christmas music 24/7. There you go. Another day of another Windows virus. That's right. Never running Windows. I hate Windows. There you go. Run Fedora. Very good choice. Very good choice. Only Windows I run offline is my Retro P4 build, the dual boots 98 SE and XP SP3 for retro gaming. There you go. Close your windows. People can hear you. I have Windows on a VM. Yep. Remember as a kid had a CD called 52 Demos for Windows. Does it sound familiar? There you go. Tons of demo. Shareware disk back in the day. KeePass XC. Yes, KeePass XC is what I use as well. We got 14 over there on YouTube right now. 19 over there on Odyssey. All right, let's see here. Who's better than... let's see. Green screen Halo or turning into the Hulk? I'm turning into the Hulk. Turned off comments on Crap Shoot. Yeah, we're talking about somebody. Who is that? I don't know. Green screen looks bluish with the stream cam. There you go. And Irene Meta. These are the number of days. Let's see. Why can't Chinese couple have a white child? Two Wongs don't make a white. Should I be saying that on YouTube? I don't know. It's a joke, guys. Let's see. China has a one China policy. Chinese women are only allowed to give birth to one child. But how many children were the men allowed to birth? Good question. Call this project Urine Control. Ooh, that's right. It's like the controversial name of the planet in the solar system. Uranus or Uranus. There is no good way to pronounce this thing. Who named this stupid planet? All right. For family, really not a ban per se, but heavy tax burden if you had one. DPKX, I don't want to know what happens if you put that stuff on it. They could do a sperm count too. Yeah. Give them your DNA sample while you're at it. Yep. Last 2 stories about leaking data. I know, right? Cloud storage has become a joke. Yeah. Kodashi is all bells and whistles. I lost interest soon as I tried it and realized how unsecure it is. That's the problem. Yep. Stop using online pass managers and syncing crap. Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's this mindset we've gotten into that we just can't go ahead and do offline stuff anymore. It's mental illness that has happened. Bird Unkind, that's why I like Brave browser on PC and mobile. You can sync your passwords via Wi-Fi. Okay, the only problem with this is you're not allowed to say Brave anymore because Brave is on the banned list of words according to Stanford University. And there is no good alternative for Brave. So I don't know what browser to tell people I use, because if I go to college, I'm like, go to Stanford University, what browser do you use? Brave. Okay, our world is getting weird. All right. I have to watch out for a cat stampede. There you go, right? Played GTP chat with the AI. No, I have not. Too much gamma radiation in the van? Maybe. Should have closed your windows. People can hear you pee. That's why you always want to live on the top floor of the apartment complex, so everyone else below you has to hear you pee. It's KeyPass 2 because XC wouldn't let me delete history from database. Or really? Interesting. Probably the only app that doesn't have a dark mode. I know it respects your system. I know it's dark mode on my Manjaro. See, Kenny can talk about his browser because he's using Chromium. Let's ban universities instead. I know, right? Which one do you use? The one that isn't a coward. There you go. Yeah, CDC has a new list out as well. All right. Let's go ahead and get on over to our business news. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business and the SillyVille editions. These recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on multiple different streaming platforms. switchedtolinux.com/live. You can go and enjoy the shiny new website over there. We just pushed out the new version of the website. And you can find all the information about the streaming links and things over there. Of course, on the website, we do have each Weekly News Roundup. All of the articles are listed over there on the website. So if you want to see or read for yourself a story that we have covered, those are all on the website. Just follow the link that is in the description of this video. All right, moving on. We are actually just kind of starting with some cool, fun news. Not a lot of business news this week. CES happened, and then, but the bulk of what happened at CES actually had to go to SillyVille. So you got to go to SillyVille for that. That's how bad the tech is getting, guys. 2023 is going to be an interesting year. All right, so first, I am excited to see if these things actually pan out. LG has new Go Anywhere paper-thin speakers that could be the future of audio. I mean, I wonder if I could replace, I have 4 in-wall mounted speakers in my van. That's my speaker system. And so I wonder, I mean, how cool it would be to get just like paper thin stuff, just have a whole wall of paper thin speakers on the wall. So LG Display Automotive found a way to put speakers virtually anywhere, very small, paper thin, and it looks like it's going to have not your standard speaker wires. So we'll have to figure out a way to get the sound into that, but they're just working on getting a few other things down. So they talk about had 12 hidden, let's see, to a specially equipped test vehicle. I can't tell you which make or model. Inside the cabin, LG Display Automotive had hidden 12 thin actuators and 3 standard subwoofers for 12.3 3D Dolby sound. Only indication that the actuators were there were little green stickers dotted through the interior to indicate their locations. That is pretty cool. So new things coming up for in speakers. And of course, I thought this one was a different article, but I guess we'll do this one next. The death of the narrator. Apple unveils a suite of AI voiced audiobooks. All right, this is another one of those things that's going to hit the publishing industry, because one of the factors when you're doing audiobooks is audiobooks to sell on the general markets, audiobooks cannot be AI generated. You have to actually have a narrator and read them. And there's a lot of reasons for this, which we won't get into here. But Apple's like, screw you. I have a monopoly on iBook, and we're just going to go ahead and release stuff that you just can't buy anywhere else but on our stuff. And they're doing it all AI voiced audiobooks. And so basically, as they are doing this, it's going to cause a lot more people to go out of work in the publishing industry and the narrating industry. Of course, voice actors oftentimes do these. So you're going to kick them out of a job all to give it all to AI, which doesn't have, they don't understand the emotion, the inflection, things like that. And that's why you don't want AI generated stuff. You want to be able to feel the audiobook as you are listening to it. Of course, since I narrate my own audiobooks, I will tell you that is the most painful and annoying part. Most painful and annoying part of the audiobook production, the book production process. I hate it, but I do it because a lot of people like it. And when the author reads it, you can understand the inflection points better. You can understand the emotion of the story so much better. And Apple's just saying, screw you, we don't really care. We're jumping ahead in this. Popularity of the audiobook market has exploded in recent years. The technology company scrambling to gain a foothold. Sales jumped 25%, being 1.5 billion. Industry insiders believe the global market could be worth 35 billion by 2023. The problem is they're also just renting out options. So if I see 35 cents on an audiobook rental, it's shocking. Ebook rentals rolled out in one of my distribution arms. I make 18 cents if you rent out the ebook to read. If you actually buy it for your devices and have a DRM-free copy you can have for life, I actually make a buck or two. So, but Apple's doing the same thing, and they're trying to, of course, scrape back as much money. I believe I had some Apple audiobooks go through. I think Apple paid me 39 cents. And then they're doing this to further undermine the industry because Apple is just a giant corporate behemoth that has a few issues. All right, this is the article I thought was second. So Android phone might text via satellite thanks to Qualcomm. This is a response to Apple, again, doing an emergency SOS-based system on satellites. Well, Android's like, hey, we can do that, only better. And so they're looking at latest Snapdragon satellite coming to Android phones later this year, basically enabling you to do text messaging through satellite communications. You've been misled. New frontier mobile connectivity, 5G or even 6G isn't it's satellite. We just saw an Apple's unveiling SOS capability in the iPhone 14 handsets. This year, Qualcomm's laying groundwork at CES 23 for a legion of satellite-based two-way messaging capabilities on Android phones in 2023 and beyond. This is a neat option for someone like myself who travels around a lot and could find myself somewhere without cell connection. Of course, I keep shortwave radios on board for that basis, but it'd be nice. Like, hey, I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere with a broken leg in the middle of the desert. Come find me. That'd be fun. And not for the person receiving the text, but but it is actually kind of cool that the technology is doing this. Of course, the downside is, can we please get away from the technology just a little bit? The glorious thing, like just camping up the road for me about half a mile or so. There's this really nice couple up there, older couple, probably retired. And they don't have a television. They don't have internet. They don't even have phones. They're just chilling out, enjoying the day up here in the desert with nothing, and enjoying it, really enjoying it. But we kind of need to get away from that, but at least having some type of emergency contact is a decent thing. So there's pluses and minuses on each of those, but it's kind of cool to see the types of stuff coming on. I think it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, And finally, New York decides to completely slaughter the right to repair bill. Of course, this right to repair bill, this is the most bipartisan legislation we have had in a couple decades. All right, look at this. They passed the New York State Assembly 147-2 and the Senate 59-4. Sat on retard in charge's desks for months, despite having this overwhelming support. Why? Low priority. I don't care if you fix your stuff. Just long enough for Microsoft and Apple to personally walk into her office and be like, let's change this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And then she signs the bill. So New York now has an official right to repair bill, but Microsoft and Apple made the stupid governor there put in anything without question that the company says, oh, no, that's too dangerous. They don't have to abide by the bill. So it does absolutely 100% nothing. Nothing. This does nothing. You may as well just completely throw the thing away. All right. Of course, they're trying to say, oh, this could be dangerous to repair this. So what? So what? Okay. It's also called a learning opportunity. Maybe we should go back to this culture because I mean, you guys who are younger, you may not understand this as much. When I was a kid, you didn't just go out and buy a new whatever it was because they were expensive. In fact, I remember we bought our VCR. They were hundreds of dollars. Okay. If it breaks down, you got to send it to the repair shop and they repair it. We repaired TVs. We repaired VCRs. We repaired tape decks. We repaired things that broke. We repaired washers and dryers and refrigerators and ovens, all sorts of stuff. We repaired it rather than our current disposable culture where we just buy something and throw it away. But what these guys are trying to do is, oh, you can't possibly repair things. The problem is, though, money is becoming super tight and you don't have $400 to replace an entire top assembly display on a Mac when the only thing wrong with it is a $60 screen. Okay. Look at the Dell laptop I bought, which one of the reasons I like Dell is because they make the parts widely available. I buy the laptop for $100 of a pawn shop. The charging port is bad. Well, Dell has not only the parts available, but the videos available for how to do it as well. You don't really need the video for that. It's a $7 part. It took me 10 minutes to swap out the port. Whereas we could have just thrown the whole computer into the e-waste pile and let it pile up yet another LCD and lithium battery and whatever else in the landfill. Or hey, for $7, I can swap out the charging port. And that's what I did because I can spot a deal. Oh, Ryzen 5, was it a Ryzen 5 1655U, $100? I'll take it. Yeah. All right. So, of course, this bill passes complete bipartisan support and sits on the desk for months until Apple and Microsoft come in and suggest all of the required changes to make it actually work. Well, we do use affiliates here to help keep the lights on. You can use our Linode affiliate if you're in need of any type of cloud services. Of course, I have a series of different YouTubes on the new website, switchedtolinux.com. I believe it's /tutorials. You see it up at the top where I am using Linode on several of those different types of things. So you can go ahead and have a look at what we have over there. I think the Jellyfin server comes to mind. I have a VPN over there. My Jitsi server's over there. Web hosting platforms, all sorts of things. tlm.li/Linode is going to get you $100 credit, good for 60 days. You can spin up as many Linodes as you want in that time. And then at the end of 60 days, keep the ones that you want and keep those paid for. And it is a really good deal. tlm.li/Linode. And now, guys, we need to head to SillyVille. All right, so first up in SillyVille is if you're a Christian, you might be aware of John Piper. Well, John Piper has an Apple Watch, the fool. And he waves his arms around so passionately while preaching that his Apple Watch thought he fell and tried to connect him to 911.
God is God. You know what? My phone is telling me that I fell down. I'm okay. I did not fall down. Did you hear it? This has happened twice in my life. I'm preaching and they think I fall down. I'm not falling down. I'm standing up. I'm preaching. Good grief. Apple.
Very classic. All right. So just a reminder, of course, we did cover the article a little bit ago that Apple Watches, if you were wearing them on a roller coaster, might call 911, and all these ambulances kept showing up to amusement parks because the roller coasters were setting them off. And so, of course, apparently going to roller coasters or going to preach a good fired up John Piper sermon will get you get the ambulance called on you. So if you need, what he should have done, he should have just let that ambulance roll up so they can hear the gospel too. I mean, come on. I know, right? So WhatsApp launches a tool to fight internet censorship. WhatsApp, a meta company who meets with the FBI to decide what people can and cannot talk about, is now launching a tool to fight internet censorship. I didn't read the article. Okay? I don't know. The title is good enough. The company that meets with the FBI to engage in wrongthink and take people off the internet for wrongthink wants to fight internet censorship. Congratulations, Meta. Congratulations. I completely mistrust everything you're going to tell me right now. So, if you happen to believe that they're actually going to do anything, that said, of course, when repressive governments, like the United States, wants to control their population, citizens' access to the internet is one of the first things to go. Yep. Everything's right. Just turn around and have a look at replace everything in this wired, all this Ukraine and Myanmar, United States. Can we add that to our list? We're not going to go any further because we're not on banned news yet. Although I did toy with putting this in banned news, but whatever. Well, now we need to get into our CES nonsense, because I started reading through this. Originally, this was in privacy. I'm like, no, this is just getting crazier. This gets crazier and crazier as we go, people. 2023 is going to be weird. We start with baby wearables. Great. So it's not bad enough that we are connecting these devices, which will send all of our health data to some big corporate conglomerate somewhere on their servers, where they're probably collecting the data to sell to the biggest bidder, and that's going to be Google probably. Now we're going to put wearables on our babies. Halo, not Amazon's Halo. I'm surprised Amazon hasn't sued them yet. A Halo has a wearable for babies that tracks heart rate, rollover, skin temperature, and movement. Whatever did we do with our babies until Halo came around? Great. 10,000 steps a day may seem tough when you can't walk, but it's important to have goals. Yeah, here's my goal. Keep this crap off my baby, okay? I do not need an app to tell me my baby just rolled around, okay? I really don't. And if you need one, please give your baby to somebody else, because I don't think you're competent enough to have a baby if you think that putting a wearable on it and giving all your baby's health data to some big tech company is actually worth something. This is nonsense. All right. Of course, the next one, since we're all eventually going to live in the metaverse, I'm not going to live in the metaverse. Are you going to live in the metaverse? Like this video. No. Like this video if you're not going to live in the metaverse. I would like to have a few likes around here. Since we're eventually all going to live in the metaverse, let's scan our rooms so the transition won't be too shocking. Meet Kaya turns smartphones into a detailed 3D environments. Great. So now let's go ahead and upload our entire living space using this app so that we can convert our whole houses in the metaverse so that we won't be too shocked when we transition to all be digital people in the Matrix. So maybe the Matrix is really a thing. There's some more Amazon sidewalk stuff, blah, blah, blah. Alexa can now tell you where the nearest public charging spot is for your electric vehicle. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Alexa. Plex is finally, 2 years after announcing, launching its rentals marketplace. So if you want to further engage in not actually owning your media, but renting it from places, now Plex is selling it. This is good. We have security cameras that are powered by Wi-Fi internet. If you're powering the whole camera with Wi-Fi internet, I have a sneaky suspicion that's a slightly irradiated area. I don't really want to be there. But we get better. What is this one? Smart speakers. There's some Google stuff. Upgrades for car maps. Power ones. This is the good one down here. Dog communication devices. All right. Fluent Pet Connect has a programmable buttons that you don't just speak a word, but you send a message. They send a message to your phone. So the dog will come over here and engage in the pad and sends you a message. You're about to do about 50 walks a day because good luck saying no to messages like help, friend, play. Great. So my dog is going to come by and press this little thing on the ground. It's going to beep my smartphone, and we're all going to pretend that we know exactly what the dog is thinking. We have a Typhus Solvide cooker with a 12-inch display. Do we need a television on the front of our cooking devices? Okay. No picture. Sad. We have the EcoFlow, makes lawnmower, portable air conditioning, and portable fridge. Okay, where are we going to have... this is why we're going to have a lithium shortage. I don't even know what I'm looking at, this kind of stuff. Oh, here's a good one. BMW isn't pretending its iVision D is real. They hired Schwarzenegger to do the intro video, and the exterior can be customized by different colors of e-ink. So this is the model of the car with e-ink displays on the outside. Brings a whole new thing. What was that movie? Johnny Dangerously, right? It's a black sedan. It's a white sedan. It's a sedan covered in bunnies and chickens. I don't know what that thing was. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. You can tell me what vehicle they were driving in when the butt goes shining through the window. In the comments there, somebody who has seen Johnny Dangerously more recently than 4 decades ago, like myself. Let's see. Stellantis expanding its car sharing rental market subscription, free to move. All right. So yeah, it's CES is getting weird. Baby wearables to communicating dogs, all sorts of other weird stuff. Oh, Lord help us. Lord help us indeed. Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have a Patreon page, patreon.com/TOMM. That will help support all of the different channels. You can jump on over there and help support us, and we will see you guys in the next video. Alrighty. We got band news next. Checking on comments first. KeyPass XE does have a dark mode for you. All right. Yes, I know I've seen it on mine as well. All right, there's dark theme. If you go into select themes, you know there's a solution to all this band, every word in the dictionary. Yep. Imagine Santa Claus conquers the Martians being heard from 3 counties away. There you go. Beat me to the repair store. Yep. Robot read by the Dalek. Yeah, there you go. Unfortunately, it clashes with the dark cinnamon theme in Mint. I got used to it by now, but good thing is that the screen has a red filter on its own. There you go. Wonder how the bass is on these things. I don't know. Never thought sound bars would have good brass, but they do. Yeah. Or good bass, but they do. Yeah. Always test the bass on St. Scene's Organ Symphony. If it doesn't create a mini earthquake, the bass isn't good. There you go. Okay, just buy e-ink books for my Kindle. I really want to read to support the authors or get free books from the Kindle store. Never rent them. Yeah, I mean, the best ways, of course, buying a book directly from the author is usually one of the best. Amazon actually pays authors the most, depending on how they're set up. If they're selling directly on Amazon themselves, selling on Amazon is actually, they do pay more than most other places. If they're going through a publisher, though, the publisher eats up a lot of the cost. But yeah, absolutely. Buying ebooks or getting the free books. The best thing you can do for authors is leave a review of the books on Amazon. Particularly if you have purchased it from Amazon, because it tags it as a review from a purchaser. I'm a movie person. You couldn't tell, learn the nickname Rosillo is writing movie reviews. There you go. When you buy Kindle books, do you get only to read them on their app, right? So there's a lot of factors in this. Kindle has the option in many countries, the author or the publisher chooses if the book is DRM locked or not. If it is DRM locked, then you can only read it on a Kindle device. If it is DRM unlocked, and my books are DRM unlocked everywhere where I can have them. Like India, they have to be DRM locked for some reason. A few other jurisdictions, they have to be. But if you buy one of my books from Amazon on Kindle, you can plug your Kindle device in and extract non-DRM books. It's a little complicated, but there's some tutorials how to do that. you can actually extract those books and you can use them on any other devices. But it is a little bit more difficult and it's kind of frowned upon by Amazon. But as long as it's not DRM locked, it is not illegal to do so. If it is DRM locked, it is illegal to do so. So I won't advise on any of that other than probably don't do that. But look around because authors might sell books on other platforms. So it kind of depends on the platform and the book and things. When you buy mine directly from me, you'll get a zip file with the book that you can use on any different e-reader. But it really does depend on what it is. Say everyone should have at least a dumb/feature phone just in case of emergencies. Yep. Joe Kindle 4th generation e-ink reader that I can extract books from with Calibri. Yep. Free books and Calibri conversion software. Kindle's just not for Kindle anymore. Yep. Retired as a reviewer in 2005. All right. Salvaged my Kindle 4th gen Touch from e-waste bin at my county recycling bin with a new battery and a case cover off AliExpress. There you go. Doesn't give you a Mobi or EPUB file, do they? Like it used to be Mobi. It's now I think is it AZW, I think is the format they're doing. But Calibri can extract a non-DRM book. My most watched video is a tribute to the first movie I ever reviewed, Rhinestone. Yeah, Amazon is depreciating the Mobi format. That's what they used for a long time, but they're depreciating it. Do a few videos by early March if all goes well. There you go. There's a fuzzy snake just came by. All right. Funny how Greta and other climate change evangelists don't have much to say about carbon footprint and non-favorable gadgets. Well, I mean, we will have a Greta story in our band news, so stick around. switchedtolinux.com/live. You will find all the other stream links. We'll be going over there in just a few minutes. I'm going to get to the bottom of the comments. We're going to feed the beasts, and then we are going to head on over to band news. Taking care of all my sister's kids when they were babies at some point, and all I ever needed was a simple audio baby monitor when they were asleep. Yep. No part of me will go to the Betaverse. That's right. Imagine inventory list for burglars just went up. Yeah. In another 5 years, I'm convinced I'll be considered Amish. I know, right? Or a Luddite. I prefer the term Neo-Luddite. I consider myself a Neo-Luddite. Lawnmower removable bar. Thou shalt tempt thy kittens. Yep. We're going to get through. Let me do the Odyssey comments, and then we'll jump on over. Let me see if there's anybody on Rumble. Oh, there's a couple new ones on Rumble. Keypad XC is king. With that satellite phone, they'll be able to track you everywhere. That's my problem with it. Apple Watches were also getting set off by skiers. Oh, I didn't hear about the skiers. Although in that case, they might actually have crashed into a tree. You never know. Clown Portation Report. All my speakers have always had paper cones. Yep. Apple's all about the Benjamins. That's right. Louis Rossman predicted the New York right to repair bill debacle. Yep. Okay. First computers had complete paper schematics with them. I know, right? 25 years, I got rid of that VCR. Only went to channel 47. Yep. Why is he wearing that stuff in the first place? Because he's a normie, apparently. I'm telling you. Yeah, put your watch in a preacher mode before preaching. There you go. Absolutely. Segment alone can get you bad. I know, right? Let's see. Car charger for location. There's enough to charge it. As soon as Apple and Microsoft showed up in her office, the governor should have told them to bleep off. Yeah, but it's Kathy Hochul. Do you think you're told that? The car in Johnny Dangerous was covered with duckies and bunnies. That's it. Duckies and bunnies. Driving a bar dressed as nuns with a car covered in duckies and bunnies. That's right. Yeah. Kindle can delete ebooks from your device. I think generally they say can't delete them from your device. They can delete from them from the account. Although I think some people have said they've deleted them from your device. My Kindle has never touched Amazon, so they couldn't delete anything off of mine. How dare you? Reading that. Hal, greetings over there. Hal's over there on D-Live. Happy New Year. Greetings. Want to root my old, but still good Moto X drone. Yeah, the only downside with Moto is you have to register with the company to get the unlock code. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to feed the beasts, and then we will be over on the band news on the other platforms. Let's see, just stopping by to say hello. Greetings. Delmar Hamlin is greatly improved, so I'm going to get the game and join in on the excitement. Well, enjoy, man. Are you having fun messing with my microphone, kitty cat? Here, go up here, because I'm gonna go feed the beasts, and then we're gonna switch over to band news. So switchedtolinux.com/live. Find one of the other channels to watch the rest of the news articles. And I'm going to go get the kitty treats.